CATV is proudly presented by Toyota.
Welcome back to the 2014 Alan Border Medal. We're midway through the segment that is the Hall of Fame. We've just seen Mark Waugh, one of Australia's best ever players, inducted. Now, here's a very, very important person too, someone who's made a difference to Australian cricket in so many ways. To induct her tonight, please welcome the incomparable Greg Chappell.
Hi, Mark. Thank you, Matt. It gives me great pleasure to be the person that introduces and inducts Belinda Clark into the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame. There can't be anybody that's had a greater impact on women's cricket than Belinda Clark. In a 14-year career spanning from 91 to 2005, she made over 5,000 runs, basically in two formats at an average of around 45. She changed the way that women played cricket. She was a classical batsman, but one who hit the ball harder than anyone else had hit the ball before. She ran between wickets like nobody had ever run between wickets before, and she fielded better than anybody else in the game. Her commitment to preparation, her professional approach to the game belied the fact that it was very much still a pastime for women cricketers. She's inspired generations of women and girls to want to play the game of cricket. Despite the fact that she was very professional, very determined, she also had a streak of humour. She was one of the pranksters in the group. There was one story that I heard how she stuffed herself into one of the players' cricket kits just to surprise that player when she came and opened the bag. I bet she did. Belinda's still a very determined person and still very involved in cricket. Off the field, she's been just as good as she was on the field. She had no peers as a player, and she's in a very elite group of administrators in the game as well. And it's been her passion to make women's cricket something that women and girls aspire to play. I've been fortunate enough to work with Belinda over the last 6 years. She was my boss for a number of those years. A tough boss, but a very fair boss. Again, the sense of humour used to come through pretty regularly. But without making us look bad, she always made us better. She made us do our jobs better. She mentored us, and she really cares about the people that she works with. I can't think of a more appropriate person to be the first woman to be inducted into the Cricket Australia Hall of Fame. Have a look at some highlights of Belinda playing.
Belinda Clark rated the best female batter in the world.
Belinda Clark dominated a rescue with Cherie Mambury and brought up 50 with her 7th boundary.
The ball races through to the boundary. They win the World Cup, they win the glory.
The victorious Australian captain, Belinda Clark.
Please welcome into the Australian Hall of Fame, Belinda Clark.
Congratulations, BC. Well done. Okay.
Thank you, Greg, for those kind words, and I know you're meant to be at the Australian Under-17 Championships, so thanks for making the trip up to do that today. I'd firstly like to thank the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame. This is a great honour. Members of this group are amazing players, and it's terrific to be inducted alongside someone of the calibre of Mark Waugh. So congratulations to you as well, Mark. My family have been an endless source of support, and we're always there for that dose of reality that's sometimes needed. I'm pleased that my family, my partner Sally and her family are here tonight to share this occasion. Thank you for all your support. Sport was a central part of our family life, but we were primarily a tennis family. My dream was to win Wimbledon. Sadly, that's, I think, just a little bit out of my reach now. But my parents' dream was that we were active, we were good sports, which meant being able to lose. And to be honest, the losing with grace bit took a little bit for me to learn. In essence, we were encouraged to play any sport, and it was this support that was critical in me ending up as a cricketer. I'm sure you all have got your backyard stories, but for me, playing in the backyard was ferocious and unforgiving. As a third child, I batted down the order, only to face a barrage of bounces at 10 metres in the fading light. But luckily, neighbours, Macca and Troy, kindly introduced me to street cricket, and it was the taped tennis ball and the thin bat that they allowed me to play. Again, there was no favours offered and none given. And I know that these childhood experiences would be shared with many of you across the room. Looking back, I feel very fortunate that I've stumbled across and fell into a cricket pathway. I was rapt to find that we had a girls' cricket team at high school, and I didn't play my first real game until I was 13 years old. The regular thumping of the tennis ball against the house was replaced by a cricket ball, which is a tad harsher on the brickwork. I'd been training with a local under-16 boys team when I got a call up to fill in for a game. And this led to a season where it was looking like Greg Chappell's string of ducks was going to be broken by me. I was out of my depth, I knew it, and I loved it. I was lucky enough to play with some great players at club, state and national level. Larson, Matthews, Haggett, Ross, Goss, Rolton, Fitzpatrick, Kitely, Broadbent, the list goes on right through to Alex Blackwell. I would like to thank them for the fun, the fond memories and also the rivalries. I really do look back with a great deal of pride at what the Australian team achieved, and captaining them was an honour. Many people assisted me along the way, and the friendships formed are alive and well today. And I'd like to recognise two people in particular. John Harmer and Christina Matthews both had an impact on me, both on and off the field. John was the coach of the Australian team for most of my career. He was also upfront and honest. Although his sending a message to take myself out of the bowling attack during a test match wasn't appreciated at the time. Chris taught me to train with purpose. She was a great sounding board, and that she helped me learn to face the challenges that the game threw up. And I'd like to thank them both for their help. Being the first female inducted is very special. Australia has a rich history, playing the first test in 1934. And since then, we've produced some amazing players, including the current group that are competing for the Ashes at the moment. I'm confident I'll be one of many female inductees in the future. My induction tonight is symbolic of the work cricket's done to become inclusive and open, which is so very important for sport in this country. A wise man, aka my dad, said to me at the end of my career that I put a lot into it and I got a lot out of it, and he was absolutely correct. Thank you very much.